we hear the word fat, we often think of being overweight or eating foods that will make us gain weight, when in fact, fat is good for us. Not only is it beneficial for our health, but our vital organs can't function properly without it. Now, of course, there are good fats and bad fats, but how do we distinguish between the two? Well, it all depends on the effect that they have on our cholesterol. Now, if you imagine this ball here as being your cholesterol and this tube as being your arteries, your cholesterol travels through your arteries and relies on help in order for it to be transported from place to place. This help comes in the form of lipoproteins. Low density lipoproteins, also known as LDL or bad cholesterol, act as a carrier to transport the cholesterol from cell to cell wherever it's needed around the body. However, too much LDL can build up in the artery walls, causing the cholesterol to build up in the form of plaque, creating a narrowing of the arteries, also known as atherosclerosis, I hope I pronounced that right, which can then lead to heart attacks or even strokes. High density lipoproteins, also known as HDL or good cholesterol, help remove all the damage caused by the LDL away from the arteries, back to the liver where it can either be reused or removed from the body. So what are the different types of fats? Well, they can be found in three types: saturated fats, unsaturated fats, which break down into monounsaturated or polyunsaturated, and finally we have trans fats. Saturated fats are usually solid at room temperature and tend to come from animal products like meat such as steak, pork and sausages, and dairy products like cheese, milk, ice cream or anything else that has the word cream in it. Saturated fats are high in good cholesterol but also very high in bad cholesterol, which means you do need them in your diet but only in moderate amounts. Unsaturated fats are usually liquid form at room temperature and can be found in a whole variety of different foods like vegetable oils such as olive oil and sunflower oil, different types of seeds and nuts such as pumpkin seeds and walnuts, and a whole variety of different fish like salmon and sardines. Unsaturated fats are very high in good cholesterol but very low in bad cholesterol, which means you're definitely a source of fats that you need to include in your diet. And finally we have trans fats. Now trans fats are when an unsaturated fat has been put through a process of what's called hydrogenation. This is normally done to try and prolong the shelf life of certain foods, and although we don't use this process as much here in the UK as we do in America, there are still certain foods that we do eat that contain traces of trans fats, like different types of snacks like crisps and donuts, different takeaways, and they are contained in small amounts in certain meats and dairy products. Now, trans fats don't have any nutritional value. They do nothing but raise bad cholesterol, clog our arteries up, which eventually leads to heart disease. Now, you want to try and avoid any source of trans fat in your diet as possible. So, saturated fats, high in good cholesterol, but also high in bad cholesterol. So you do need them, but just in moderate amounts. Unsaturated fats, very high in good cholesterol, low in bad cholesterol. So they definitely need to be included into your diet. Trans fats, very high in bad cholesterol. They have no nutritional value whatsoever. They do nothing but clog your arteries. So try and eliminate them out of your diet whenever it's possible. Now remember, although fat is good for you, they do contain 9 calories per gram compared to carbs and protein that only contain 4 calories per gram. So just bear that in mind when you're racking up those calories. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like. If you really enjoyed it, give it a share. I would really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.